Composting at home is great for two reasons. First of all, we reduce the amount of waste that we send to landfill, and secondly, we can use that waste product to improve our soil, feeding the life within it, which in turn will help us to grow bigger, stronger plants. That's not to say it doesn't come with its drawbacks though. The outdoor compost bins can be a bit of an attraction to rodents and other vermin, whilst the more traditional indoor caddies are going to need emptying much more often, otherwise you're going to get a pretty nasty whiff and they're going to encourage the fruit flies into your house too. And you're also limited as to what you can compost. There's going to be no meat or bones on there, just veg scraps, peelings and plant matter. So I figured it was time for an upgrade, and that's why I've now got the Bokashi Organko 2 from Skaza. It's a multi-award winning home composter made from recycled plastics. Before we get into it, let's take a look at what's in the box. We can put all of the kitchen scraps in here, so that's all the stuff that went in the green composter before, things like vegetable peels, apple cores, all that kind of stuff. But we can also put things like small bones into here and leftover meat from your meals. So it serves a double function, means I can get rid of 2 containers and keep just 1. Secondly, it's really attractive. It comes in a number of different colours. I've got the cream one here and it'll look good on the windowsill. And it's sealed, so that means no smells coming from it. Rather than having to empty it regularly like I do with the other compost bins, it actually sits on your windowsill and the composting happens inside it by a process of fermentation using microorganisms from the bran that they provide you. This is my bag of bran and it contains molasses. It also contains a number of different microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi and yeasts, and they are going to activate the fermentation process, and that's what's key to stopping the smell. And using it is so simple. Every time you put anything inside here, up to 5 centimetres, you add 20 mils of your bran on top. And that just gets the fermentation process going. Once it's started, it takes about 2 weeks for it to ferment, and you get 2 products from that. First is the fermented solids, which you can add to your compost heap, and the second is the liquid, which you can use as a plant feed, that you drain just using the small tap at the bottom here. If you're using the liquid that you drain off as a plant feed, they recommend diluting it by about 200 parts water to 1 part liquid, so it's a very strong concentrate. Because it's fermented rather than decayed, it retains all of those important micronutrients. So after 2 weeks or so, I'll empty out the contents onto the compost heap and I'll drain off the liquid to use as a plant food. The Bokashi Organko 2 is going to take my compost game to the next level. It looks good, it saves me time because I don't have to empty it so often, it's made from recycled materials and it reduces waste.